Hi, I'm Marybeth Van Horn, and welcome to Nurse Chats. And today let's talk about sunshine, okay? Sunshine is healthy in many ways, right? So when you're out in the sun, you have a lift in your mood. They say that even 20 minutes of walking every day can change your mood tremendously, or just sitting in the sun. Some people can't walk much, and so they stay reclusive in their homes. I've seen that plenty of times as a home nurse, and I say to people, you do have a door there. Let's put a chair outside and let's go sit outside for a minute. And it's like almost like they get out of the habit or the experience and they don't want to do it. And I'd be like, well, let's do it. Let's just try it. And they would humor me and do it. And it was amazing the difference in a person just sitting on their porch versus sitting on their chair. And I'm going to be a little bit um, not judgmental, but suggestive of the what I saw often is people slumped in their chair. So people slumped in their chair, and their whole life revolves around that chair, and they've got their stuff all around the chair and within an arm's length, right? So they basically didn't get out of the chair, and part of my speech to them was, you know, so and so, I think you need to consider something. And um, that person might be talking a lot about how they lost a spouse or and all their friends are gone, or if it hadn't been for that I'm crippled now or my condition, I would be a different person. Life would be different if this, that, and so they'd be essentially filled with a lot of regret, lonely, sad, and lost all sense of um, really the world outside themselves. So they'd be sitting in their chair um, a lot. And when I came to visit, home care nurses are only there an hour, a week or maybe two times a week, but generally once a week, if some patients we saw maybe once a month. But my thing was when I walked in is that either to get them moving a bit, engaging more. So I remember saying to this one particular patient of mine, let's get out, go sit on the porch. And so we did, and with a lot of coaxing. And she finally did, and basically it was a great experience because she brightened up. She had to move. She got in the sunshine a little bit, staying in the shade a little bit, feeling the environment outside, the air, the breeze. Then we were talking about the sounds we could hear, and we made it kind of more exciting to be sitting outside mentally too. Like listening to birds, listening to cars, listening to things. We're stimulating, right? So not only stimulating to the senses, but stimulating to the imagination. And so we talked about this one squirrel that we were looking at, and that was entertaining. And I really do believe that for that brief moment in time, that patient finally, got a glimpse of life outside of her chair. And not everybody's in that category, but many people spend a lot of time in a chair. And when I was in rehab, I spent tons of time in my chair because I couldn't put weight on my right leg for a while, and depending on my injuries, what was going on. But uh, that slowed me down considerably. Before that, I had been a very active person, so I will say that there were times that I had to be coaxed to get out of my chair, yeah, because I was in pain or depressed, thinking about how life would have been different if I had never been injured. Well, you can't do that. You can't go back. That doesn't help, that kind of thinking. So um, uh, what I did start doing is looking forward, and not too far forward, but forward to the next best thing, the next best thing that I was going to be doing for myself or someone else. And that's the best philosophy that I could embrace at the time. Um, I became grateful. I became positive, much more than I was um, taking everything for granted or trying to overthink things or get ahead of myself or that kind of thing. Didn't work for me. So um, it was a great exercise in life change for me. So I think that the whole generation or group of people who sit a lot watching TV um, may want to maybe with COVID things have changed for people because they have to interact more and are actually thirsting to get outside and wanting to be outside and be in the sun. The sun has benefits, but I do want to caution that if you're in the sun, you need to be aware again of sun safety. And at least in the state of Colorado, we have a lot of people who are vitamin D deficient. And it was surprising to me because in Denver, we get 360 days of sun a year. So I'm like, how could we be deficient if we get sun all the time? That doesn't make sense to me. But it's apparently about the angle of the sun. Um, Many Coloradans are outdoor enthusiasts, but maybe many aren't. Maybe many are trying to um, avoid something by staying indoors. I don't know, but I do know that vitamin D deficiency is rampant in this, and a lot of people have it. So, yeah, if you're a person who wears sunscreen, I don't know. I have to ask more about that. If that's prohibiting the sun effects from getting into um, the body with the vitamin D. So I'll research that a little bit more too. But if you have questions about sun safety, about vitamin D, I'm going to look into that. I'll be happy to tap into those people who do know and resource um, whatever questions you may have that I can get some answers if I don't have them. So I'm happy to do that, and I'm hoping that this stimulates you to get a little more sun, even if you're homebound. Go on your patio, go sit in a window, get a little bit of a better effect by just enjoying the sunshine when we've got it. Okay, talk to you soon, I hope.